Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Riot Kitty Cafe. I am your host, Riot Kitty. So, I would like to express an apology. I forgot to change the stream date after I was invited out very quickly in quick succession for 4th of July plans. So, unfortunately, I did not have a stream on the 4th, but I am back today for a stream today. Today, Wednesday the 8th. So, unfortunately, I guess, I really got no excuse aside from I partied too hard, pretty much, and I forgot to change the stream date the morning of the 4th. I was like, oh no, I forgot to change that. Oh boy. Oh, hello, Axel. Welcome to Riot Kitty Cafe. I hope your weeks are going well. Happy hump day. It's the middle of the week. And I did actually get off for the 4th and like half of Sunday, which was nice. Like I should maybe change the stream date to Sunday, but I'm like, I was like really pooped, so I was like, yeah, I'll change it to Wednesday instead. I have the day off of work today. So I'm getting there. Oh, hello, Luke. Welcome to Riot Kitty Cafe. So I will be continuing with this. Oh my gosh. Yeah, my webcam is like so wobbly right now. One day I'll probably need to get a better setup. Oh well. So today I'm going to be continuing drawing concept art for my comic Dollhouse XC. So I'm drawing the den. And yeah, I'm drawing Victoria's home, the den, in my comic Dollhouse XC. So last time I did get quite a bit done with the formatting and things. What I want to do is like I want to put like a building like right here. Yeah, what I want to do is like put a building like right here, probably like in this blank spot, because this is like meant to be like residential, businessy district type thing, small business district. So I put a building like right here, and then I think it'll be good to go for actually like detailing stuff. I've got the that's my arm. Yeah, so I've got the edge here. I changed a little bit of it. I was just like, okay, I just sketched what I felt might look right, but then, yeah, I changed a bit of it. And here is my ruler. Axel says something crazy happened to my family yesterday. Luke says, hope you're doing well. Encrypted number 3 went out last month, and now number 4 is ready for pre-order. Oh, that's awesome, Luke. I'll have to get on that. I got the first 2 issues. They arrived at my house safely, so thank you for that. Let's see. Axel says, so I guess Volume 10 will release about mid to late 2027, yeah? I don't know about that. They did do a greenlight version. I didn't see anything about like a release date, though. Well, I guess they got a greenlight to go ahead with development, at least. Yeah, and so that's another thing. Yeah, Ruby Volume 10's been greenlit, and I'm just like, okay. Well, I already gave my thoughts on that in my community post, but yeah, in case people didn't see it, I can't bring myself to care, at least in the way that a normal person would. I'd just be like, yeah, I really can't get myself to give a damn and be like, okay, it's just to give booty cheeks about it. It's like, yeah, I guess like as long as one of the original writers is on it, I can't bring myself to care, really. I'm just like, Yeah, it's just gonna be same stuff, different paint, really. I don't think that's smart on Viz's part, but well, they wanted to do it, so okay. It's kind of crazy. Like, there's been so many shows canceled, but then Ruby keeps coming back from like the break. It's like a I think it's been like 3 times now, pretty much. Well, I guess we'll see if it actually gets released then. I'll be very surprised if it does, but, you know, if people want to see it, fine. Is that straight? Nah, I don't think that's straight. Damn it. Okay. Yeah, that looks better. Axel asked, do you think Volume 10 will be the series finale, or will they find a way to stretch this out for like 2 more volumes? I would be absolutely shocked if they find a way to stretch it out for 2 more volumes. Like, I feel like, if anything, I feel like this is absolutely Ruby's last chance on this. It's just, I can't see any way they could possibly stretch this out. Maybe they, maybe somehow they would. I don't know, but I don't know. It's just like, I fail to see how that could happen, really. Unless, I guess, by some sheer miracle. Excellent. So my reaction is like, oh wow, it's actually happening. The most deadpan thing. Yeah, that's basically the me there. I'm like, wow, it actually got greenlit? Okay. G Prices says, it's like Teen Titans Go. You cannot cancel what is like. I guess it's like the uncancelable show somehow. It's just like somehow it's just like that. It's like that meme from Rise of Skywalker. It's like, but it's like somehow Ruby returned after the bankruptcy of the company that made it. Well, I mean, yeah. Oh, nope. Yeah, someday I'll get a better webcam set up. Today is not that day. There. I can easily knock it out of place. I mean, Axel says, I mean, Teen Titans Go is aware that it's a bad show, unlike Ruby. I don't know if that makes it any better. So, where? Wait, is it okay to call Ruby a bad show? Yes, at least in my chat, if you think Ruby is a good show or a bad show, that's fine. That's okay to say it. Z Price says you can call any show a bad show. It might be an unpopular opinion, but you can say what you want. Yeah. Either my chat, you know what? It's like, even though I think Ruby's a bad show, if you think Ruby's a good show, that's okay to say it too. Oscar, welcome to Riot Kitty Cafe. You well? Okay. Restream. Add a playlist button so I can just play all my music at once, please. Thank you. Yeah, you wonder why I keep moving my hand to click on the computer just to start more music. Because Restream, although I do like Restream, it does not have a playlist button for me to play all my music, so I need to click it again to replay the music. I can't even loop it, I don't think, so. How's the day so far? Because I'm not having a good time, especially with unfortunate intrusive free. Oh no. You know what? Hey, for people who wanted it, I'm happy for you. I unfortunately cannot be happy for myself, really. To be like, oh yay, a show I liked is coming back. Now it's more like a show I've seen repeatedly being beaten into the ground has somehow returned. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I would have rather liked a reboot, honestly, but it seems Carrie turned in a script that Viz was okay with them going forward on. So honestly, unless retcons happen, I don't know how Volume 10 can somehow dig the hole that Volume 9 and has dug itself, like, or at least, like, or I guess more than likely, volumes 7 through 9 has dug the show into. E-Price says there's such a Simpsons and Family Guy. Anything possible when spreadsheets are involved? I suppose so. Unfortunately, yeah, like, Ruby is not some, like, worldwide IP marketability like Family Guy or The Simpsons, so I guess it is more shocking when it comes to that, really. And it's like, okay, Oscar says, not to mention I destroyed a beloved show by making the characters worse and worse. Yes. Yeah, and how they made the main character off herself and no one cared. Yeah, that was truly terrible. Like, I was like, oh my god. Like, that was probably the first time in a while I'd found, like, inherent rage towards Ruby. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I remember someone made an edit, like, the rest of Team Ruby and John arrived after Ruby drank the D and fell into the abyss. Like, that would have worked so much better, like, instead of just all of them standing there staring at her while she slowly brings the teacup, drinks it, and then it's like, wait, what? It's like, I'm just like, why wouldn't any of them, like, why would they all have the same reaction? Like, why wouldn't someone try to do something? Kick the teacup away from her. Yell out to her, something. But no, it's just mild concern on their faces. And it's like, I guess afterwards, Yang's all teary-eyed. I'm like, you didn't do anything to help. What are you, why are you acting like you care now? But yeah. SoundCloud says Ruby's a bad show. No, a terrible show. Yeah, probably. I guess especially later volumes, really. Hey. It keeps finding new ways to become more terrible as time goes on. And I wonder what will happen in Volume 10 if it gets made. Maybe somehow they'll top Volume 9. I suppose the reason why I'm keeping up with this show to begin with is just be like, okay, what is, it's like, I'm thinking of the most terrible thing that happened last volume. How can they top it? And somehow they keep finding new ways to top the most terrible thing that happened each volume. So, will volume 10 top the worst scene in volume 9 with Weiss, Blake, Yang, and John giving 1,000-yard stares to Ruby offing herself for painfully long minutes on end? That is the question on my mind. Over anything else that might happen in volume 10. Will they top that? I'm scared. I'm scared to see it. If it does get made, like I will still be infinitely shocked if it releases, even with the announcement of a green light. You know, there's plenty of things that stuck in development hell and never release, or they get canceled. So, yeah. The Price says, most people think the biopic of Michael Jackson is a good movie. I don't, because screw Sony and every other corporate branch. Okay. I haven't seen biopic, but yeah. Lovey, have you been? It's been quite dicey. I'm slowly getting back into video making. I feel much better than before, and family stuff have quieted down and stuff, so I am seeking therapy, so I am going to therapy for the first time in 2 decades. So yeah. I want to strive to get better and things like that. As for other daily situations, it has calmed down for the meantime, at least, so it'll never truly go away completely, but it has calmed down for the time being, so yeah, there's that. So I'm slowly getting back into video making. Riot Ruby the World Part 2 is slowly getting made, so Oscar says, I'm still shocked that Viz somehow improved the script, even though the ones who have made it beyond awful made the fandom even more toxic thanks to them. Well, Viz, probably the corporation isn't on here, or isn't on the social medias, maybe. I think it's just like, hey, we bought this IP. We should cater to the people who are still left, and or there was a contractual agreement to be like, okay, maybe there was like a time limit of like however many years, and be like, okay, you come up with something that we like, we'll green light it, or if we don't, we don't. So I think there was definitely a contractual agreement with Carrie, at least. Or with the remnants of Rooster Teeth to, you know, keep Ruby going, at least. SoundCloud says, which superhero game is the best combat system? Marvel Spider-Man game or the Batman Arkham games? I have not played Marvel Spider-Man, so I guess I'd probably have to say Arkham. But I don't know if it's better than Spider-Man, because I've never played Marvel Spider-Man. I mean, I know that it's like on PC now, but I'm like, I'm good. I like this. I do like Spider-Man. But I guess I've never really played a video game for him. I like the animated shows and reading some of the comics. Axel says, how many plot threads does Volume 10 need to resolve? I guess the refugee crisis, the remaining maidens, what happened to the Relic of Choice in Vale? And I guess Salem needs to come try to kill them all. and they need to defeat her, pretty much. If this is truly Ruby's last chance, that's how many plot threads need to resolve, really. Oh, welcome, Dwayne Asher. Welcome, welcome. Riot Kitty Cafe. Okay, how did you learn how to make art? Well, at least this kind of art. It's, yeah, it's a perspective grid-based drawing for this. So, with a handy-dandy ruler. CD Price says Disney greenlit Moana 3 and Frozen 3. Now, Moana 3 doesn't surprise me. It's the Moana live action remake that's coming out, and apparently it's not getting good reception because, well, yeah, the movie. Fudge, when did Moana come out? You know what? I want to look at this. I forgot when Moana came out. Was it after Tangled? I think it was. Moana. 2016, yeah. So it's been 10 years. It's 10 years old. And I'm like, they're doing a live action remake. I'm like, is it. And I think they canceled the Tangled live action remake, which, okay, good on them. But, like, are we going to get like a Frozen. I think they're working on a Frozen live action remake. And I'm like, oh my god. Stop! Disney, stop! Stop. You're going to make like. They're gonna make like an Encanto live action remake before long, I think. Like, at least like the other live action remake, at least you could argue it's like, okay, it's been a long time at least. But like the other ones, I'm like, okay, this is too soon. Stop it. Everyone still remembers Moana. Axel says the most that happened to me this week is that my mom's having another baby. Whoa. Okay. Well, congratulations to your mother. And congratulations to you as well. Excellent. Oscar says all of it. They won't fix it. The writers will make it even worse. I don't want to mention what they're going to do. This Sun, because they're going to cook him. Oh my god. If the books are anything to go by, they might make Sun worse. Honestly, they like apparently like the team that a coffee book like it made him worse, or like made Coco kind of a bitch too. So it's like, sorry, curse words. Is anyone gonna watch Spider-Man Brand New Day? I think I will. Axel says, I hope they don't end Volume 10 on cliffhanger. Unfortunately, Ruby is the master of cliffhangers. I don't know if I should call it mastery, but just like, yeah, they're gonna like, yeah, they're gonna, oh god. Okay, yeah, if they don't find a way to resolve all the plot threads in Volume 10 that they need to, they will edit, like, I am almost certain Carrie will end the show on a cliffhanger. Oh yeah, and I guess flesh out Vacuo a little bit more, right? I think. So... Okay, so now I'm going to be working on details. Right after I start music again. Asker says, speaking of Ruby fandom, have you heard that tons of Ruby people have criticized the show, all for some reason are happy that it might be back and are shaming people who wanted a reboot? Well, there is a difference between, like, criticizing something and then just, like, being like... it's just like, okay, they don't... You know, like, criticizing something and thinking it's, like, so irredeemable that you don't want to see it continued. Really? Like, I don't think that's really hypocrisy unless someone, like, actually, like, went out and be like, oh, Ruby doesn't deserve a continuation or whatever. And then are suddenly happy it's back. Now, and speaking of shows with cliffhanger, actually, a show I am actually looking somewhat forward to coming back is Lolly Rock. It's a strange name. They are neither lollies nor in a rock band, but yeah. But yeah, yeah, that actually did end on a cliffhanger, so. It is one of those shows that's like, oh yeah, I can acknowledge it's formulaic. It's formulaic and stuff, but it does formulate quite well, you know? Like, it does its formulaic thing quite well, and what I think amused me about it is that the same person who played Obadiah Stane in Iron Man Armored Adventures also played the main bad guy in Lolly Rock, and both of them are completely obsessed with teenagers ruining their day. So I'm just like wondering, it's like, okay, did they hear your voice and like called you up and be like, hey, we heard like how you did a really good job voicing an old guy who was like completely obsessed with a teenager ruining his day. What about playing an evil sorcerer who's obsessed with a teenager ruining his day? And then he's like, fuck yeah. he's like, heck yeah. C. Price says, art is math with better creativity. That's an interesting way of looking at it. Hello, Marisu. Welcome, welcome. They didn't cancel the remake. It has a cast. Oh, Tangled? Is it Tangled? Yeah. Oh, man. No! No, it's coming back. No. Somehow the Tangled remake returned. Damn it. I do love that movie. Actually, like, my little brother and I, we watched it on, like, loop repeatedly. I probably couldn't recite the movie by heart, but back then I could. And I did like Tangled the show, too, even if, like, season 3 kind of was, like... kind of, like, had a bit of the same formula for episodes, but I did like the... Yeah, actually, yeah, Tangled did get a TV show, and it was actually really good. It wasn't perfect, but I think it was really good. I give it like an 8 or 9. Marissa says they were gonna re-swap Rapunzel when I was having a blonde actress. Oh my... Okay. So one time they decided to not re-swap the prince. Well, I shouldn't say one time because Cinderella and Beauty and the Beast had pretty accurate looking. Cinderella and Belle, and actually Maleficent too, with Aurora. Yeah, but then Alice as well. Yeah, Alice in Wonderland. But then they started to race swap more and more. So. I shouldn't say one time, it's like, wow, the curse is broken. I guess the curse is broken. Yeah. Well, I do hope she does a good job, though, so. Okay, I can give a little bit, I can give some leniency when it comes to race swapping in live action, because maybe you can't find someone you think looks like the character and also acts like the character, but then, like, Disney's been casting actresses who I would say don't act like the characters and also don't look like the characters, which makes it a lot worse. So yeah. Well, and also it's also their fault too, because it's like, oh yeah, we need to make changes to like empower these women and stuff, like empower our female characters, even though it makes the story worse and them look worse too. So C Price says Disney at this point is going to be accidentally live action Songs of the South because the algorithm told. Oh my god! Oh my gosh, that'd be that would. um. Oh, that would be insane. Oh my god. Well, no, I mean, Songs of the South is already live action somewhat and with animated. Well, yeah, they could do it because the AI told them to. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, that would be. Okay, the Zebra, that's a good one. That's sick. You know, is it fair to say Songs of the South is like one of the most demonized movies of all time? That's unnecessarily. Like, I actually got to watch it because someone actually posted the full thing. And I'm like, wow, this is just a really pleasant movie. Yes, it is. Yes, it does star some people who, like, recently freed slaves who decide to stay on the plantation because they don't have anywhere else to go, but it's like, it's just a really pleasant movie. Like, and they actually, like, talked about, like, oh, the N-word and stuff. It's like, hey, it's like, hey, that's a bad word. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that. Like, that's the little Riker technically owns her. And I'm like, wow, it's just a really pleasant movie, even though it's about recently freed slaves who decide to stay on the plantation, technically. And, like, thinking about their lives and stuff. And I'm like, huh. I guess maybe it, like, shows positive aspects of slavery, even though they're not slaves anymore. They're just, like, still working for their former owners, which is, okay. Risu is like, I can't wait for Ruby Volume 10. I want to see that trash in full. Yeah, okay, you're definitely the one who's like, I want to see it just to see how bad it is. You know what, I am, yeah, the only reason I've kept up with Ruby thus far is, like, be like, I'd be like, okay, if Volume 10 comes out, I want to see if they will just top what I consider the worst scene in Volume 9. And that's it. That's all I'm gonna be watching of it, really. Like, I can't bring myself to even, like, hate watch it or, like, just be like, see how bad it is. No. Oh, hello, no. Welcome, welcome. Yes, I'm making buildings. Instead of characters, I'm making buildings. Yes, I'm making buildings. I am making Victoria's Home the Den in my comic Dollhouse XC. So I definitely needed to make this because... Oh shoot, am I like screwing this up? I think I am. I think I am screwing this up. Okay. There. Yeah, I'm making Victoria's Home the Den because I needed to do this, because if I started drawing this comic, it would kind of look terrible, because I'm like, wow, I've never drawn exactly what it looks like. I have a background of a street corner, and that's about it. In like one of my other drawings, and that's it. And I'm like, yeah, I need to draw this. I need to draw this. Oh yeah, I'm definitely doing something I haven't done in a while, which is grid-based drawing, so it's very technical to try and make like all the buildings and houses look correct, things like that. So okay, now I think I'm good. So I'm gonna start with this building and just work my way down and proper detailing. And once I do that, I can start on inking, actually. So and then I'm gonna do another one. It's a little bit less technical than this, because it's a fantasy landscape. But yeah, Victoria's Dream World, I need to make a background on that as well. Also only really has, well, it's got like there's two backgrounds to take place in it, but I've never drawn it like as a cohesive location before. So I'm like, yeah, I need to do this. And then I can start on my comic. So over halfway through the year. It's still July now. Yeah. One of my New Year's resolutions. Well, while I can't do my other one for YouTube, I can maybe do this one. Be like, okay, I will start this comic. I will start drawing it. And Clip Studio Paint. I definitely need to practice on it. But yeah, maybe I'll do like a stream or two, like being like, okay, I'm learning Clip Studio Paint, let's go. Mercy says, I think the original plan was for Ruby was 13 volumes, but I hope it's not that long. I don't know how they can stretch. Like, Viz is not going to give that many chances to do like 12 to 13 volumes of like, it's like, so it's like, yeah. Yeah, 12 to 13 volumes of it. So it's like 3 or 4 seasons. I can't see it. Like, that would be insane if they did. I don't know if they will, but I'm just like, no, please. Well, Oscar says, apparently it was 15? 15? What? 15 volumes for Ruby. I've never heard that, actually. What it about? Oh, my comic? Oh, yeah. I suppose I can give my spiel since there's a bunch of people here. So, Dollhouse XC is about a little girl living in a dystopian world where there's about 30,000 humans left. This is her home that I'm drawing right now, but she has been afflicted with strange dreams every time she falls asleep. It's like one continuous dream where she feels like she goes to another world whenever she falls asleep. So, in order to try and discover what this dream world actually is, she's going to play along with the dream with the residents of the dream, who seem to actually know her, even though they have never met before. She needs to apparently go help trap a deity of death and destruction, prompted by a deity of life and creation in her dream. And she's going to travel with a bunny boy to do that. Noah says, I honestly don't care about Ruby returning. I don't have positive expectations for its return. Yeah, me neither. I'm just like, oh, wow, that's surprising. Yeah, the most dead. I'm like, oh, that's surprising. It got greenlit. Okay. I don't really have any excitement or hype for it. I can't bring myself to. It's just like... Marsu says, when Tangled first came out for me, my brothers watched it so many times. It was so fun. I loved it. Never watched a TV show. I do recommend it. Tangled... I guess, yeah, Tangled Adventures, yeah. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I think there's a little bit of issues later on, but, you know, majority of it, I think is pretty good. They had a really cool finale, too, so... They actually explained the lore of the movie pretty well. Luke says, I wonder how they will humiliate the character Zachary Levi voiced. Punish him for daring to speak ill of woke. I wonder how they will humiliate the... I'm sorry, I'm really terrible with the actors' names. Zachary Levi? Are you talking about, like, Tangled Luke, or... How long have you had that ruler? I think since like 3rd grade. It's probably not great for very big drawings, but you know, for this kind of drawing where it's like, okay, small grid stuff, it does its job. It's been with me for a long time. Since I was much smaller, Kitty. Yeah, I'm not sure who you're speaking of. Let's see. It's one of my favorite Disney films. Me and brother were talking about saying they think the 3rd Spider-Man Miles Morales film is probably gonna have a real high budget. Yeah, honestly, like, yeah, the more a movie spends in development, yeah, the more the budget gets ballooned. Oscar says, they sort of did it with Mary Poppins Return by changing the original part of the movie. Yeah, kind of. Oscar says, if I was in charge of Volume 10, I would have made it all a dream hallucination that Ruby needed to prevent or just ended like clips from Berserk where Ruby's like... something. I'm not sure. Oh, hello, it's a trap! Welcome, welcome! Glad you could make it. Mercy says, I'm looking forward to anime next year. We get Freer in Season 2, Dungeon Meshi, and God willing, Demon Slayer Infinity Castle. Oh, that'd be awesome. I'd love to see Infinity Castle. My brother's looking forward to Chainsaw Man Season 2 will come out. 3,000 humans left. The rest got adopted by aliens. You know what? I wanted to do something kind of morbidly funny to me. Let's see. Because I have a lore book. Well, just like a list of things. Let's see, where is it? Yeah, World Archives for Dollhouse XC. Yeah, I'm scrolling right now. Let's see. Oh, where is it? Did I not put it in here? I don't think I did. Shoot. No, I don't think I did. Fudge. Oh, maybe here? No. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at something. I thought of something. Now I'm like going to try find it. Where is it? Okay, I could have sworn I had like population calculations. But yeah, no, there's about like 30,000 humans left in the world, I think. Maybe 20,000. I just can't remember where the fudge it is. Oh yeah, here you go. Yeah. So the den. Yeah, maybe I should share my screen. Let's see. I'll share the tab. Ta-da! This is a PowerPoint I made with a population calculation. Yeah, so we got, yeah. So this is the disaster that took place, like, that turned the world in thirds in the 1950s. So, and then a bunch of mythological creatures came out. Like, something that, like, thought to only be existed in myth and legend. Humans are now about 0.001% of the total population before Cataclysm. And live mostly underground fortresses and ruins of old civilization. So the den is like an old Irish castle that they hollowed out underground. Formerly Ireland. They really leave it. So I got around 3,973. So this is a very small stronghold. And then Grota is a little bit bigger. They're located in Japan. I'm not drawing concept art for them yet because this does not take place in Grota at all. Formerly Japan, so they can go outside and stuff. And then it's around 10, like almost 11,000 people. So this is actually not even 20,000 people left. No humans, at least like recorded humans. So this is like Kale Nova, and that is location formerly United States in what was apparently called the Rocky Mountains. So, and they have to like spear harpies and stuff. Fun. So yeah, I have the exact total and number of humans that are left. So yeah, it's kind of screwed. Like Victoria's world is kind of screwed. So I'm gonna like close that out. Yeah, I'm gonna close that out. But yeah, so yeah, okay. I forget. So I actually overestimated what I decided to do with my comic. So yeah, there's about like a little less than 20,000 humans left actually. So. Oscar says, have you heard about Steven Spielberg movie and how it didn't do well? What's Steven Spielberg's new movie? No, it's either Aliens, A Rapture, or A Big Part. I guess it could be called like the reverse rapture, you know, just the earth broke apart and a bunch of creatures came out. And like, you know, just obviously since the weight of the world shifted, like the oceans rose and stuff, it's like gosh, what was it called? It was something where the world ended. I don't remember what it was called, but I remember, like, you know, there's like, oh yeah, big oceans coming about and stuff. Like, the family was trying to get to a safe place because, like, seismic plates shifted or something. No, Wiley says, I heard Supergirl bombed the box office. It was funny seeing different people's reactions. I did go see Supergirl with Mama Riot and Grandma Riot. I actually thought it was a perfectly fine movie. But I'm sorry, I don't think they picked the right actress. I don't think they picked the right actress for the role. That was my main thing. I'm like, yeah, I'm just like, I'm sorry, she doesn't really look like Supergirl to me. I'm like, eh. But actually, you know, Oscar says there could be that episode of SpongeBob where everyone left SpongeBob alone because they couldn't stand being around him. And they all had a party and burn a wooden statue of him. Oh, nice lore slice. Wait, what? Spear harpy? Yes, yes. Yeah, so like a bunch of like things, like creatures that were only thought to be of mythological origin. They just like, oh yeah, they're made up, they're just stories or something. Suddenly came out of the rifts and like started killing everybody because they were like going berserk as well. They were like, so. And because the earth broke apart, the plate shifted, and then, you know, floods and like all untold devastation happened to the world in the 1950s in my power. So yeah, and so Kale Nova's main problem is that they have harpies that try to swoop down and eat them. It's fine. And then I guess Gruda's main problem is probably the Leviathan sea serpents that try to num people if they try to go in the water. So, so they have to like be like, okay, we need to like freaking like arm the ship so that we don't freaking starve. Pretty much. 2012 or Deep Impact. I think 2012, yeah. Okay, I don't remember the movie name, but it's not the one with Nicolas Cage. It's I remember a scene from it, like especially it's very burned in my mind where like I think it's the president of the United States and he is like he's trying to look around with the little girl's little mother and then like all of a sudden like, oh yeah, the buildings break apart and then it smashes him. I know, like it's like the weather thing, but then yeah, it's like the it's like the family is trying to get to a safe location, pretty much, and then there's also another scene where it's like there's this monk guy, and then floods are coming around, and it's like he rings the bell, and then it just like gets swept away and stuff, and like yeah, that's like the movie Deep Impact. Okay, Deep Impact. They have herpes. Okay, that's 2012. Okay, that's 2012. All right, that's 2012. Okay. It's been a while since I watched it, so it's like I can't remember I remember the plot of the movie, but I don't remember. But I didn't remember the name of it. There was like this chick who died, and I'm like, no, she died, no, but she saved her dog at least. Stuff. So like the humans got on like arcs and stuff to, you know, try to save some humanity. But yeah, that 2012. Okay, 2012. All right. I just forgot the name of the movie. I'm just like I remember. Yeah, there was another freaky one with like Nicolas Cage's child like digs up a time capsule and like it's about like how the world's gonna end in 2012 and it's probably like one of the most insane cliffhangers of all time. Like the two children get taken away by aliens, and then they're apparently going to like try to save humanity somehow. And like that's it. Like it just ends with the children running in a field on like an alien planet. I'm like, what the? I'm like that. Now that's a movie I would have probably liked a sequel to because of like, what the? You just end up like all of humanity, but like two children dying and. Like, you're not gonna follow up on that? No? Okay. Don't worry, kill us all unless you have a big boat. Yeah, or it could be like San Andreas with like The Rock. You just need a somewhat big boat and a helicopter. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that was a freaky movie. it's just like, yeah, knowing like things would happen and stuff is like, it's like from this time capsule and stuff is like you're powerless to stop it really, and then at the end you to like save your child, you like let them be taken away by strange aliens. It's like, and then the rest of them get like swept away in like freaking devastation and like dust cloud and stuff, and like they're you know, apparently their family was a strange kind of, but then at the end the strange family's like hugging each other and then they get swept away. It's like, yeah, that was a freaky movie. I was like, it's like, you didn't follow up on that. Damn it, man. Yeah, that's annoying. Yeah, yeah. Apparently, I thought it was them being the new Adam and Eve and then restarting the Earth again. I guess maybe that is. Yeah, like I thought, like it was like I thought the alien segment was like, yeah, we're gonna like somehow fix humanity and like bring them back, and these two children are the key to doing that. Or maybe that was just something that, you know, the aliens told the children and like Nicolas Cage to make them feel better. But yeah. But yeah, they were supposed to like restart humanity in some way, either by bringing it back or being the new Adam and Eve, I guess. But who will make new humans and stuff. But yeah, that was a freaky movie. Yeah, and I watched that when I was like 14, so I was like definitely very like just like rattled. I was like, no. If I had like a nickel for every time a movie starring Nicolas Cage like completely just rattled me, it was just like I would have 2 nickels. Isn't a lot, but it's weird that happened twice. There was The Cell by Stephen. Wait, I think it was like Stephen King, which is the most like distressing ending because you don't know which ending is actually real or not. And like either it's like, okay, you believe that Nicolas Cage becomes like a cell zombie, a cell phone zombie, or like he does actually find his son and like go back with him, like in a world that somehow has infected humanity with like a cell phone virus that apparently is like his comic book character come to life. And they never explain that, actually, so it's like, yeah, okay. Okay, now I need to get, okay, I'm caught up on chat, I need to get back to drawing. Knowing especially how it ended, yeah. It's just like, yeah, those are like two movies that completely rattled me when I was a teenager. I'm like, preteen, teenager, and I'm like, I was just like crying afterwards. I was inconsolable. Or my dad. I'm like, at least I think it was called The Cell, but yeah, like humanity's just like infected by like a virus or something. They never actually explain how this works, but yeah, like it's from their cell phones and stuff, and like just become like absolute like maniacs, like they're out of their minds and stuff, and kill people and junk. And then yeah, like at the end, like you don't know if it's like they kind of do like a, oh, here's like 2 possible endings, and like you don't know which one is actually real, and it's probably this bad ending, but you don't actually know. So it's like, yeah, it was absolutely distressing movie for me. I'm just like, no. Yeah, The Cell. Yep, it's called The Cell. Yep. Absolutely distressing movie. I think it was made by, I think the book was made by Stephen King, but like, I'm just like, what the fuck? Yeah, just absolutely distressing movie. Because the movie's like purposely like, oh, what happened? I'm like, oh, what happened? Did he find his son or not? Actually, yeah, maybe it does. Yeah, it needs to be under. What am I thinking? All right. There you go. We had to go back to non-distressing movies. I also saw The Sheep Detectives, and it was very good. It was very sweet and heartwarming. And now, Mama Riot and I might go see He-Man, the Masters of the Universe in theaters, so... Yeah, the knowing, yeah, definitely, yeah, the knowing, oof. Yeah, freaky beepy movies. Yeah, for sure. Oscar says, I don't have bad or dark endings, but I don't know why movies like The Knowing or 2012 and The End of the World always bother me for some reason. Yeah, it's just like, kind of like, oh yeah, it's just like, you're kind of powerless to stop it, maybe. It's like, even if like, there's a bad ending, I feel like everyone, you know, at least desires like to see people like try their best and stuff like that, and you know, but then like with the End of the World stuff, it's like, wow, they can't actually try. It's like, you know, it's like, yeah, you can't stop it, really. It's like, yeah, you can't stop it. You're against an all-encompassing threat that will swallow everything. It's fucking nature, or aliens, or comic book character come to life. It's like, it's weird. It's just like, yeah. I think for me, it's like, yeah, it's just like, oh yeah, they can't actually do anything to stop it, really. They're just they just have to try to survive in any way they can. But even with like the knowing, it's like, yeah, it's like, you can't stop it. This is like, it's the whole Earth, man. They don't have an arc or anything. Oscar says, have you seen In Session, the new movie that came out? I did not. Your next scary movies. No, I can see them during the day, but not at night. Oh, thank you for stopping by, Liz. Thank you. You have a wonderful rest of your day. Yeah, I've seen the Sheep Detectives and Supergirl, and maybe He-Man at a later date. Well, no, I'll go see He-Man at a later date, hopefully. Yep, okay, so now I've caught up with chat, so I will go and drop for a little bit. Yeah, I'll still only go for 2 hours, though, just because I have errands to run I need to go shopping, and I need to pay my phone bill. And it's kind of odd to be like, oh yeah, pay my phone bill as an errand? Yes. Because I'm on the family plan, but... And so... Step Papa Riot wants me to pay in cash. Wants me to pay my phone bill in cash. And that sounds peculiar. And it is. He's like, yeah, I just want extra cash and I'll pay it for you. It's like, okay. But I need money from the bank, so I need to go to the bank. Oh, gotta get the music on. Please have a playlist button. I don't want to loop track. Please, add a playlist button. Let me scroll through all these musics. Restream. Yeah, I'm glad Restream does have the chat thing. StreamYard did, but like it was not very good. It was kind of like... It kind of was like delayed by like 5 minutes, so it's like I was not keeping up with chat that much. I could see it on my phone popping up, and it's like it didn't pop up on StreamYard. But now I have to click off that because I am looking at architecture. I'm looking at Irish architecture. I want to see exactly they got. So we're gonna do yeah, the biggest problem in the den is actually yokai and yoma. The other strongholds also have that problem. But they especially got it rough. And then yeah, there's also Dollhouse XC World, there's also fairies. There is dryads and mermaids. Sea serpents, you know, big kaiju looking things. Did I say dryads? I don't think I said dryads. Yeah, dryads as well, which is what the character Miss Nuya is. She's a green woman, and that's because she's a dryad. The wood people. Yeah, but yeah, the biggest problem in yeah, they also have yokai and yoma afflictions, so they need a special branch of supernatural detectives that I've called the Parthians, who have special affinities and abilities to actually see these creatures and exorcise them from people who are experiencing like physical or psychological torment from them. But yeah, like Grota, I plan to be like, okay, yeah, they have bad dealings with Leviathan, sea serpents, that kind of thing. And yeah, if you want to ever an image of like people spearing harpies, like they're fishing. Yeah, that's Kale Nova, so they gotta deal with hordes of harpies. Triads, Chinese gangsters. No! No, Trap, no. Oscar says, have you heard the backlash of the Odyssey? Yes, I have. Oh my gosh. I don't know what possessed Christopher Nolan to make the changes that he did, but he did that. Yeah, and I'm just like, why? Yeah, it's like well, I do have some leniency towards like race swapping in live action. It's like one of those things where like it's just like, well, you probably shouldn't do that for historical figure. Like if you want to make like a historical movie, then you probably shouldn't do that, but it keeps happening. You know, these were actually like real people, and or even as like mythology, we could argue, oh, mythology, but it was the mythology of the Greeks specifically. I think the Odyssey is going to Bob. Yeah, I mean, seriously, the Odyssey should be for people who like mythology and history buffs. And if you don't make it for them, well, yeah, it's just, yeah, it's probably going to fail. It's a trap, says, sorry, Brian, I'm just being silly, man. You're just being saying whatever comes to your mind, aren't you? I'm assuming. Yeah, like, I'm like, yeah, it's just, yeah, I think probably Troy is going to be the new definitive Odyssey adaptation. Kind of like Fantastic Four. It's just like, yeah, the 2000s are like the best adaptations. It's Trap says the movie will probably open big, but probably fall off. Maybe. Yeah, it's just like, yeah, it's like he casted like Chris or whoever was the casting director was like, oh yeah, we cast a black woman to play Helen. It was like, it was disrespecting the story and be like, oh yeah, like, yeah, they didn't talk about it enough for like women's perspective. I'm like, what are you talking about? There's like any important female figures in the story. And then we cast Elliot Page to play someone who is supposed to be like pinnacle of male physique, really. And wasn't it Brad Pitt who played Achilles, or was that Odysseus? And Troy. I don't recall off the top of my head. But he played one of those two characters. And yeah. And I'm like, yeah. Like, no. Neo J says, I tried to train my project to a tactical RPG. It's basically been 1 month, and I already have chapter 4 finished because this game left 15 chapters. Oh, that's awesome. You already got the character designs done? Ooh. You know what? If you're willing to share, I'd love for you to post it in my community tab and like tag me. I would love to see it. Neo J. Axel says, so there's a sort of Power Rangers movie coming out called Legend of White Thunder. Legend of White Thunder? Legend of the White Dragon. Yeah, Achilles, yes. Yeah, okay. Okay, my initial thing was on, yeah, he was Achilles. And like, yeah, he's literally, Achilles is supposed to be like the pinnacle of like male physique. He's like described as like freaking, oh, he looks like a god. For sure. And like he's supposed to be like strapping, muscular. He looks like a god. They say he's been blessed by gods, which he was technically. Um, and yeah, it's like that's not Elliot Page, or formerly known as Ellen Page. So it's yeah. Yeah, it's just like it's like no, and then it's like it's just like that's not, and unfortunately, yes, Tom Holland as it is he has been blessed with a baby face. He has. He has been blessed with a baby face, and there are certain roles where a baby face looks good. You know, he can play Peter Parker pretty well, I'd say. You know, teenage characters or characters that might be like immature or something like that. But I don't think he was the right choice for Odysseus either. Like I'm like, mm-mm. Like for more grizzled, like with Nathan Drake, I also thought he was misguided. Like I don't think he can play quite like more grizzled characters the best. I don't think like it's just like he has been blessed with a baby face. I'm sorry, Tom Holland. You're a great actor. You just I can't see you as Odysseus because you have been blessed with a baby face. Like me. I can say that because I am babyface as well. People constantly mistake me as a teenager, even though I'm not. It's just like, yep. It's just like, I'm sorry, Tom. It's just like, no. I can't see him as Odysseus either. So, yeah. Don't forget about the photo shoot as well, which is a bizarre photo shoot. I don't think I heard about that. Steve Ray says every time people complain about historical accuracy via black race swapping ways, I look up the definition of American in 1826, the Radical Integrity Act, and Indian Removal Act, 1830. Ooh. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, it's just like historical accuracy. It's like it's not historically accurate though. It's just not. Ellen was not a black woman. Right, has been cursed with eternal youth. I don't think it's like eternal youth. I know eventually I'm probably gonna look my age, but that's apparently not gonna happen for a while. I actually was like watching some of the kids at the 4th of July party, and we were running around like having fun. It's like, oh, what grade are you? And then one of the kids can't be more than like 10. He's like, what grade are you in? And I'm like, grade 26. It's like, you're 26? I'm like, yeah. Just like, yeah. And says, I wish I had a baby face. That's alright. That's alright. You know what? There are advantages and disadvantages for a baby face. If you want people to think you're old enough for some things, it's like it's really hard. I remember in high school, my boyfriend at the time said he thought I got off on the wrong bus. He thought I was in elementary school. I'm just like, fair enough. He thought I was in elementary school. He's like, what? It's just like, wait, you're 14? I'm like, yep. T-Pray says, all I'm going to say is do not play in that landmine field. I had a baby face and I got old. Yes, we will all eventually get old and wrinkly. So It's okay. And unfortunately, yeah, the baby face is not forever. And sometimes that comes with disadvantages as well. Neo J says a baby face is a blessing and a curse. Take it from me. Yes. Take it from me. Axel, yeah. Baby face is a blessing and a curse sometimes. There's like an equal amount of advantages and disadvantages. Like for Tom Holland, unfortunately, his baby face makes it so I can't really see him as Odysseus. I'm sorry. Or Nathan Drake. Because he can't look grizzled enough, really. Dang.
Sorry, Tom Holland. You're a great actor. It's just you can't really play more grizzled characters. At least in my opinion. Because you've been blessed with a baby face.
You've been blessed and cursed with a baby face. Yeah, actually my baby face has actually almost gotten me into trouble too. I remember when I was in high school, a customer, I was working at a restaurant. I was, I think, 16, and was I 15 or 16? Yeah, 16. Means I could work there, right? But the woman called the police because she thought my manager was engaging in child labor. Because she thought I was like, I think 10 to 12 years old. And so I had to show my license and things, and so yeah. How old is he? You know what, how? I think he's a. Let's see. No, I'm not gonna finish that sentence. Born in 1996. Yeah, so he is 30. And he is trying to get a wrinkle here or there, but still, he has been blessed with a baby face. Blessed and cursed with one. No, it says, I'm looking forward to the remaster Magic Slice 3. The animation looks good. Yeah, he is 30. Tom Holland is 30. He turned 30 this year, yep. Yeah, I know, right? He doesn't look it, does he? He does not look it. He looks like he's 20. He's got like a line wrinkle here or there, but like, yeah, he looks 20. Yeah, and he's playing Peter Parker. go. But yeah, take it from Christopher Nolan. Don't claim historical accuracy and then go out of your way to make it like not historically accurate. Yeah, apparently they're having like modern lingo and slang and stuff in it. I'm just like, oh my god, okay. Yes, I heard Travis Scott is gonna be in the movie and gonna have rap poetry. Okay. Who wants to take bets with me right now? It'll be when fudge. You know what? Okay, I can't pronounce your name for the life of me. I need to look it up. The Odyssey. Yeah. What is the casting? I forget. Yeah. I'm just gonna say her first name. I am not gonna say her last name. Lupita. How much you want to bet it is going to be when Lupita is on screen? The Black Helen of Troy. They're gonna play it when she specifically comes on screen. Because of course, despite all historical evidence to the contrary, all black people throughout history, throughout time and space, like rap music. It's gonna be like Assassin's Creed Shadow. You're just like, you play black rap music over. Okay. I'm taking bets right now. I'm betting that that's what's gonna happen. Travis Scott's song is gonna come on when Lupita's Helen comes on screen. Or like it'll be her theme song. Also, notice Blade singing his version of the Odyssey on the Emily version, who's known to be a big activist. And people interviewed, she was attacking and blaming men. Oh my! Well, that's one way to market a movie or market your translation. Yeah, I did see bits and pieces of her translation. I'm like, yeah, you just kind of like took out a bunch of dialogue. It's weird. The only person I feel bad for in this situation is like Tom Holland. Because I think he is trying his best. Unfortunately, I think the movie is probably gonna suck. I definitely did Assassin's Creed Shadow, the final boss. It was the final boss was rapping. Yeah, I'm just betting. I'm just like, it's like, yes, Travis Scott's rap poetry movie. This will be playful. Even though rap did not exist in there. I think Christopher Nolan also said, no, I'm not going to have an orchestra, right? Because it didn't exist back then, but he will have Travis Scott's rap poetry. Okay. Yeah, she's definitely trying to eye an Oscar, I think, because of diversity quotas. It's definitely a diversity quota, I think. He's trying to win an Oscar. Shame on you, sir. Keeping your eye on the trophy and not on trying to make a good film. And I do wonder if the diversity quota also includes like music. Like you have to like it's like okay, black artist, and then you get like more good boy points. I don't know. I'm just talking out of my butt. Neo J says you might as well put Many Men by 50 Cent and you will get those in. Yeah, 50 Cent. They get like Ice Baby in there, like. Yeah, that'd be funny. We could like start a trend where it's like, hey, we would like put it like nonsense music for the Odyssey. Nice, Ice Baby. Rap is poetry. Stop pretending it's not. Well, yeah, it is a different way of delivering poetry. For sure. But it did not exist back when the Odyssey was written, so. Yeah, but yet he's adding rap. Yeah, it's just like, yeah, you're talking out of your butt. You're talking out of your butt, Christopher Nolan. What the fuck? They're making my people look bad. I'm sorry, Neo J. It's not black people's fault as a whole. It's people who's like treated as like a weird quota, like a checklist thing. Yeah. So Hollywood people who need to have like a checklist and be like, oh yes, we need to include black person. And make the authors like hate their own works or something and want to change it. It's like, yeah. or hire people who hate the story and be like, yeah, we're gonna like make it diversity. Yeah, new award shows, the Oscars and such now have a quota. Yes, they do. I do wonder if that includes music because of the rap trend. I don't know. But yeah, it's like, yeah, it's a quota. Like, so yes. It is unfortunate. But yes, black people are like, you know, any other skin tone have now become, yes, a checklist. And that might be why Zendaya is getting hired as well in a lot of stuff. Or Rachel Zegler. You know, it's like, it causes, you know, it's like, oh yeah, there's this person, we need to cast them because they're this skin tone or like from this country or whatever. It's just, yeah. Like, yeah, it just causes that to happen. Like, yeah. Oscar says, which sounds to me very discriminatory because you're not having people best suited for the role of people based on gender, skin color, disability, sexuality, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Yeah, it is messed up. It's like, you should try to cast people who are right for the role and also, you know, good at acting. So, or maybe like you can be like, oh yeah, you bring something out of them. You know, it's just. Sorry, I am slurping the rest of my Starbucks. Now back to dry. Yep. Yeah, and it is very discriminatory and just makes everyone like second guess. It's like, okay, did this person actually get casted because they were right for the role, or did they get casted because of some arbitrary requirement that doesn't have to do with looking like the character or acting ability or anything like that? Like, I guess the most nonsense one is like historical figures or like stuff like that. Yes. Like Anne Boleyn being casted as a black woman, I'm like, yeah, we know that's not the case. Okay. But yeah, it's just like, yeah, it's like, yeah, yeah, and then quite a few of these actors also play into it. Like, yeah, Lupita, it's like, yeah, she is playing into it. She wasn't like, hey, I know I don't look like the character, but I'll do my best. She's like, no, you're like discriminatory towards me if like you claim otherwise and stuff. It's just like, yeah. Yeah, it just sucks for new people breaking into the biz too. It's like, yeah, if I went to Hollywood and tried to act, it's like, I'm like, wow, did I get casted because I was the right person for the job, or like I impressed the casting directors, or did I get casted because I'm a woman? I don't know. Yeah, it just sucks, really. It's like, yeah, making people go all crazy. It's like, you need the quota, man. You need the quota. It's the most important thing, like that board at Lucasfilm that put diversity over everything else. That would actually make up a story, including story, like plot and characters and stuff. It's like, yeah, just makes people crazy. Or like Chris will know, like obsessed with chasing an award as well, because like, well, I can't focus on making a good movie. I have to focus on chasing a diversity quota now. Yeah, it just, yeah. Now, actually, getting back to my comic, the building I'm working on right now is, well, the den people don't actually go outside that much. So this is where they would head out. If they have, you know, if they leave. To, like, go to other strongholds, really. Oscar says, same with Rooster as well, with Ruby, where the writers care more about diversity instead of the world itself. It doesn't help you have people like Aaron who's pushing the staff on. Yeah, it does not help. It's like, yeah, if you want to have diversity in your story, go for it, but it's just like, you can't make it a quota. It just makes people crazy, really. Or obsessed with chasing a quota that they'll never be enough. More arbitrary requirements would keep being added, so. He prices wrong views of historical accuracy. Find third-party people who do research local events, groups of people. Yeah, it would be nice if, like, they just, like, hired historians or, like, translators or, like, interpreters or something. You'd be like, instead of firms or something, or, like, you're like, yeah, you need to, like, cast this person in here because they're the right skin tone. I don't know. Especially in video games, honestly. New Jay says, if I ever die, I want to be remembered for my talent, not my skin tone. It's in my opinion that it's just disrespectful and their hard work is okay for some checklist. You know what? I agree. I want to be remembered. Yeah, if I, like, take off or something, I want to be remembered, like, not just because, like, I'm a female. Yep. That's part of who I am. But I'm like, yeah, I want you to like my work for me. Or, like, for my work, not just because a woman made it, right? You know? It's like, yeah, I want people to like my work because they like my work, not just because I'm a female. Be like, oh yeah, I have to like it because you're a woman. Or if you want to say it sucks, that's good too. Like, I'm like, yeah, if you be like, hey, I think you could do better. I'm like, not because you're a woman. I'm saying that because the thing sucks. It's like, I'll be like, hey, that's good with me too. Price says Hollywood is not going to do such a thing because the uncomfortable truth will be worse than a comfortable lie. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. Oops. Yeah, nope. I did it wrong. Alright. Oscar says, yeah, especially gross when you have these people hijacking these stories to push the stuff or change established characters to be something not. Yeah. Yeah, probably the worst one to come out of that was, like, Iceman and also, like, Alan Scott, too. Actually, with Alan Scott, that didn't even make any sense. Yeah, it's like, yeah, at least, like, comic book character-wise. Honestly, I guess my issue was it not that, like, Yang had wanted to live it out with Blake. It's just like that became their entire characters. Like the writers did not know what to do with him other than making them do cute couple things that just feel kind of hollow. So this is me. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, it could be written better, but I don't care. I'm not doing Bumblebee in Riot Ruby because I'm like, I thought Black Sun had more natural chemistry and stuff like that. You know what? If Sun was a girl, I would still say that. And if Yang was a man, I'd still say that because I'm just like, yeah. Honestly, I think out of the main Ruby girls in the first few seasons, like the only one I don't think was actually clear on her sexuality was Ruby. They made the one girl who maybe could have had an ambiguous preference not have a preference at all, actually. He's the only one who didn't have romance. But yeah, then they made the two characters who actually... I think the second and third most obvious, like, hey, I'm into the opposite gender, be gay for each other. The first most obvious, which I'm just like, which is why I would never believe he's gay, is Crow. So, the most obvious straight man in the show was Crow. And then the second most obvious straight character was Yang. Third most obvious was Blake, actually, I thought. So, I'm just like, yeah, it's like, nah. Like, especially Crow. Like, especially Crow. You could be like, oh, maybe a wiggle room for Blake, but yeah, especially Crow and Yang. I'm like, okay. The two characters are like most promiscuous about their flirtations, would not hide that they're bisexual. Or gay. It's just... So I'm like, yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me. At least not for like you could have some wiggle room. Maybe she's always been very reserved and stuff. But yeah, Crow and Yang, I thought, you know what? People who are that promiscuous and like that obvious, it's like that they are into men or women, would not be shy about saying, hey, I'm into the same gender too, if they swung that way. But I don't think they swung that way. That's just me. I'm like, does that make sense? Like, being like, hey, I don't believe Crow and Yang were gay or like bisexual, because I'm like, people who are that obvious about their inclinations would not hide that they're bisexual or gay. It's just like, I'm just like, yeah, it's like, yeah, Crow made a joke about like, it's just like I saw the barkeeper skirt length and I want to like hit her like and like hit a bartender's ass. It's like spanked her. Like spanked her. Like, he made a joke about spanking her butt after seeing her skirt length. Like, I'm like, there's no way. CD Price says, question, the Harriet Tubman movie, do they refer to her by her like real name? I don't know. I've never seen a Harriet Tubman movie, CD Price. Oscar says, Scott was the first man to get married to a woman in comics, but they retconned him to be something he wasn't. Yeah, I guess the New 52, like, at least, like, New 52 was, like, a new continuity, and so it's like, oh yeah, like, he's gay now, because, you know, it's like, we're making up for his son not being in it. But then, in the most recent comics I saw, like, it's just like, oh yeah, no, we're retconning his straightness, even though it's like, oh yeah, he got married, which, to be frank, there are quite a few gay men who do get married to women, and there still are, actually, who get married to women because they're like, yeah, I'm afraid, or like, I need to appear normal. But it's just like really horrible. It's just like, yeah, he just picked up like random dudes, like the harbor or whatever. Like, and I'm like, oh my god, it's just, it kind of read like a YA like novel where it's like, or like maybe like Twilight, but with Alan Scott. I don't know. It's just weird. It was just weird. I'm hearing about it and I'm like, this is just weird. Like this is so promiscuous. I'm like, this is unreal. I'm like, nah. Never really meant to be attracted to women, same with Blake. I mean, I could see Blake. Maybe it's all comes down to personality for me. I could see a little wiggle room for Blake. I could. It just needed to be written better. With Yang and Crow, I could not see any wiggle room. I'm like, that doesn't make... Well, at least, especially with Yang, I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. It all comes down to personality for me. If I'm like... If it's believable that this character would swing that way. And that includes straight people, too. Like, or like, you know, just like... Oh yeah, like... That includes, like, you know, straight and gay as well. It's like, oh yeah, people, like, quite obviously, like, swung one way, but then, like, suddenly swing the other way. Like, I'm like, that's weird. Or heck, you know, honestly, like, probably the one character in RWBY who could make sense to be gay was the one person who was never obvious about any romantic inclination. That would be Ruby. But that was not what Rooster Teeth went with. Instead, they went with one character who was quite clearly only into men, and then the other character who maybe could have been into women, but was only ever shown to be interested in men up until Volume 6, I guess. So. In the comics, you wanted to have a boyfriend really bad. Yeah, Ruby, yeah, I think it was like in the manga, right? Like, she actually is like, oh yeah, like, I'd like to have a boyfriend, which honestly, yeah, that definitely confirms it, but that was like after... When was that made? I don't remember. But yeah, it's like... Yeah, they could have done that with Ruby. They really could have. They could have easily done that with Ruby. But, no, they went with the character who quite clearly seemed to be only interested in men. Like... Yeah, it's like... Yeah, honestly, but yes, I prefer Black Sun, and... But yeah, it's just like, yeah, it's just like, yeah, they did clearly went with the two characters who were quite... very clearly inclined towards one way and sent it the other way. It's like, maybe you could have a little wiggle room just because of her personality, but... Yeah. It's just like, yeah, it wasn't really... yeah, the transition from Black Sun and Bumblebee was awful. Just awful. Just awful in my opinion. I'm like, yeah, this is bad written. I'm like, yeah, it's like, I'll do Riot Ruby. I'm just gonna freaking do Black Sun because one, I like them better. Two, it just... Bumblebee felt really unnatural. I'm like, it's just like, I'm just like, yeah, this is weird. And also just became Blake and Yang's entire personality too. It's like, they just kind of orbit around each other, especially Yang with Blake. Especially Yang with Blake. I'm like, Oscar says, if Claire Blake was straight when she was looking at someone who was into him and straight being with her in a romantic dad. Yeah, like, the thing, like, the narrative I've seen being spun is that, oh yeah, she never actually liked him. And I'm like, that is completely... that is nonsense. That is nonsense. They liked each other. And Blake liked Sun. And so it's unnatural to sacrifice that relationship in favor of another without any sort of resolution whatsoever. Or a transition. Or like a natural transition. Like, I've seen, like, worse shows than Ruby, like, write relationships better. It's like... Ruby's straight because she wanted the boyfriend in the manga. Yeah, I know. It's just like that manga came out like after quite a few seasons, so I'm like, hey, if Rooster Teeth wanted to, they could have made her gay. I'm just saying, they could have. If they needed that representation really badly, Ruby would have been the go-to, in my opinion. But they made her straight, actually. So, okay. Okay, yeah, it's just like, yep, she is straight. Which is fine. I'm just saying, she could have been the one, if they needed to make one of the main characters gay, they could have done it with a person who didn't have an obvious romantic inclination until the manga, until the anthology, so. Thanks, Riot Kitty, for choosing Plex. I don't know. I'm just like, you know what? I don't see anything there with Bumblebee. I'm choosing Black Sun. Okay, well, and actually, I am removing Blake and Adam romance. I'm like, no. Just like, I never thought of them that way. At least I didn't think the idea was there. I mean, I guess he could have made it way better, but it's like, yeah, that was awful too. So I'm like, nah, I'm removing that as well. I'm like, nope. Mm-mm. Yeah, and I've seen people like, oh yeah, it could have been written. It's like, oh yeah, it was planned out. It's like, if it was planned out, that makes it way worse. Because I'm just like, okay, you got this big love confession, and the best you could do is like make the universe force them to kiss or die. That's your love confession? Okay. Like, that's your big, like, it just, like, if it's planned, that just makes it that much worse. And you know what? It could have been written better, but Rooster Teeth did not write it better, so. You've only got the show and looking at it, be like, choose whether or not this relationship's written well. And I chose that it wasn't written well. I'm going with Black Sun in my fanfic, so. In my fanfic rewrite, so. I'm going with that. Like they did with Tim Drake. Yeah, I remember that. That was weird. I remember, okay, like, I think the weirdest part was actually this one where it was like, okay, so he has like a, I don't even know how to describe it. I think it was like a nightmare or something where Batman talks to him, and it sounds like, and like he's actually like telling Tim Drake it's just a phase with Bernard, and it's like, hey, I know you'll end up back with Stephanie. And it's weird. It's not even like a talking down sort of thing where it's like they insert Batman as like the reader's complaints. It sounds like it's the author who's like, I am being forced to write gay Tim Drake. I want to have Batman comfort the character and being like, hey, you're gonna go back to not being which, like, I don't know, like, it's weird. It was a weird comic. I'm like, as I saw that, I'm like, it doesn't even sound like the author was talking down to the reader. It sounds like as like using Batman as the mouthpiece, but it sounded like comforting the reader and being like, hey, this is just a phase. Which I'm like, that is so strange. I'm like, okay, that is very strange and bizarre, but I'm like, okay. I'm like, yeah, Nightmare Batman was like making the most sense in that comic, apparently. Oster said, I wouldn't be surprised if they forced Ruby to become the same with Weiss. Oh my god, yeah. To be fair, I honestly think Ruby and Weiss have quite a bit of chemistry. It's just not romantic chemistry. I think like there's just not romantic chemistry. Yeah, it's just not romantic chemistry. I'm just like, yeah. But yeah, more base right here, not including Blake and Adam Roach. But why would that ever be romance? I know. Like in Volume 2, when Blake was talking about Adam, I thought like she never mentioned her parents, and that's why I think that was like a retcon. They put her parents in alive and well. Like when she talked about Adam, I honestly thought he was going to be like a father figure to her. Like he would have maybe raised Blake. And that's what I'm putting in my comics. So she's honestly like she's going to see Adam as her brother in Riot Ruby. Like the brother who raised her into being a capable warrior and things. A lot of drama with that. Not romantic tension, a lot of drama. Because obviously they choose very different paths. Oh dear, right. Oh dear, Kitty, don't give him ideas. Like that, but they were forced to manipulate being something they weren't. Yeah, like, no, the Iceman thing was probably the most terrible out of that. It's just like, yeah, it's just like young Jean Grey, mind screwed, young Bobby. I'm just like, that is like the worst execution you could possibly make for a character. I'm like, that is madness. Even more than like Alan Scott. That's probably like the worst one off the top of my head I can think of. It's just yeah, being mind screwed with PK, which I was like, that is just awful. It's kind of fun. It's funny, but it's in an awful sense. It's just like, what the fuck are you doing, Marvel? Yeah. Okay, right, KD. Are you still making Riot Ruby? Yes, I am. I kind of put it on the back burner for a while, but I am still making it. My goal actually is to, at least right now, like I'm trying to do baby steps, right? Like I'm slowly getting back into recording Riot Ruby the World Part 2, and my goal is to make at least volume 1 through 3. So I'm gonna be like, okay, from each of the main girls' perspectives. I want to like do, okay, like I got Ruby and Weiss, their perspectives are all written out for volume 1 through 3, and then I'm working on Blake right now, which I'm honestly really excited about. Because Blake and Adam were like my main motivation to be like, I want to write a different story for them. And then Yang is next, so I think probably Yang is probably the most unlike her, but I'm excited to get on it. It's gonna be this, my original story, and my fanfic. Oscar says, I always managed a Adam Blake relationship with the older brother / teacher to student. Yeah, like that's what she describes. She's like, yeah, he's my master, and he taught me how to fight and stuff. And like she never mentioned parents, so obviously the audience, a lot of the audience, like myself included, took that as being like, Adam probably raised her, really. But that, of course, did not happen. That got changed. But yeah, like I was like, yeah, like I want to make it so, yeah, Adam raised Blake after she was orphaned. So and I would like Adam to redeem himself, but he's still a little crazy. Right? He's still crazy right now. It's just like kind of like he's like, I don't know. At least the way I've written Adam, he is a little crazy. He's messed up, but you can see like maybe bits and pieces of someone good in there, and all that madness and hatred and stuff. Like stuff like that. I guess I guess spoiler for Riot Ruby. I don't know. Like he, like with that thing. So I have it be almost exactly the same. But he actually finds Weiss first. So he tries to kill her. Blake steps in, and then Yank steps in. Ruby is off gallivanting. So yeah, and then I have it be like, okay, he cuts her shadow, and then you see, and then the white finger is like, hey, he killed the Belladonna girl, right on, man. And like, but then he like he sees like a sliver of her left, just like, and he's like, yeah, okay. And then like in volume 4, it'd be like he tricked the White Fang into thinking he killed her so that she could run away. So it's just like he chose the White Fang over her, but he doesn't want to actually kill her, really. I'm trying to make a rewrite for a live action show, and I haven't gotten around to finish it. Oh, what are you rewriting? Let's see. Oscar says, a part of me wants to write and draw a comic of Ruby / Berserk, but Ruby being convinced by the God Hands to transform herself into something like Femto. Ruby and Berserk crossover. You know, that sounds like it could be cool. Honestly, you might have to give that a shot. Axel says, so are there some characters that you are going to adapt out in your AU? Do you mean like, are there characters that I'm cutting? Axel? Or is it like new characters that I'm gonna add? Oh yeah, also romance I'm cutting out is Roman and Neo, because that wasn't their thing. Like, at all. Until volume 9. When Roman was dead. Yeah, cutting? Yeah, okay. Cutting... Well, I do kill Gira and Callie off. That's not, like, cutting entirely, but they're dead. At the start of Riot Ruby. Let's see, who else did I cut? I cut Ilya out. Honestly, she's a character, like, I loathe this type of character where, like, I can clearly see she is meant to be a replacement for Adam and Yang, like, combined. So I'm like, I am cutting them out because she technically deleted their character arc. She's like, oh yeah, I'll have their character arc, and then they don't get their character arcs. It's just, yeah. I was like, they're meant to be a replacement character while Adam and Yang are out of the picture in Blake's life. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm like, so I cut her. I unfortunately also cut Oscar. This was like an unfortunate one. I'm like, I could not see a place for him in the story. But his name is being used for something. He will be technically a reborn Ozpin in his origin story. So he is called Oscar. Or he is called Oscar, and that is technically their replacement for Oscar, but it's not the Oscar in the show at all. It's Ozpin. So yeah, he's being cut. I cut like most of the Happy Huntresses. I'm like, this is... Yeah, no, I cut out the Happy Huntresses. The entire cast, technically. I say technically because Fiona, the cute lamb girl, I make into a baby. Well, I make into a cute little tyke who's living on Menagerie with her mom, who kind of just looks like an older Fiona. I'm cutting out most of the Aesop's characters. I decided, okay, you know, Marrow and Harriet get to stay because they're like the most distinct personality types. I'm like, I can't figure out what to do with the rest of them. And I'm like, there's too many characters. So it's like, you need to chop up, like, I needed to chop up some. I'm like, I needed to chop up some, like, that whole Atlas arc I thought was terrible, so I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna freaking cut most of those characters out. Most of the new ones out. So yeah. And then, was there anyone else I was cutting? I don't think so. Or at least I can't remember off the top of my head. I'll have to... Like, I have the script with me, but I don't remember... Well, it's like I made the video, so it's like, I know I'm cutting... Like, I can't remember off the top of my head. But I think, yeah, it was... At least the main ones, yeah. Most of the Happy Huntresses. With Fiona being turned into a kid. And then... Marrow and Harriet, well, are getting to stay, but the rest of them, I think it was Elm, Viper... oh yeah, and Clover. Yeah, they're getting cut out of existence. And then Whitley is technically being cut, but he is also being splashed with the Fountain of Youth. He, like Fiona, is going to be reverted into... well, she's a little older, but he is going to be a baby. He is going to be a baby. he can do... So it's like, cuz I felt bad for the kid. Like, that's my reasoning. I felt bad for him. I feel like he was being treated unfairly. So I'm like, you know what? He just can worry about being a baby and doing baby things. You know? Like, I think that's what I said in the chopping blog video. It's like, he could worry about being a baby and doing baby things. Now, does that have an implication of what Jax and Willow were up to while Weiss was away at school? Yes. Yes, it does. The reread Japanese show, it literally has no sense of direction or what it wanted to be. Okay. Oscar says, I feel like Italy is supposed to be a replacement of Adam being sympathetic. Yeah, I thought it was like, okay, she's like a replacement for both Adam and Gang while they were out of the picture. And then once Gang was in the picture again, and Adam was coming back to play, then she's removed from the story. Like, then she was removed from the story. Like, that's what I thought at the time, and I still think that now. And I'm like... It's like, yeah, she had, like, a cameo, I think. And that was it. Like... it's like, yeah, we're done with you now that... the relevant characters are back. Which, yeah, I don't like that in a story. I don't. I don't like characters being created just to be replacements for each other. That's very annoying to me. That's like a baby? Yep, a baby. Yep. Yeah, I think I made like a Code Men joke in the chopping block video. I was like, wait, I can explain, and then it cuts to winter. And it's like, I was giving her the... Well, I shouldn't say this. I shouldn't say the full... I'll paraphrase it. It's like, I was giving her the stuff. So it's like, so yes, Jax and Willow were busy while Weiss was away at school. For a very specific purpose that's kind of screwed up, but yes. So he's going to be a baby and do baby things. And I'm like, so it's like, yeah, so baby Whitley can't be hurt. He won't be hurt no more. And honestly, I want to give him like black hair to be like kind of like a black sheep or something. So it's like kind of like, oh, what's wrong with this picture? Oh yeah, the black-haired baby in like a family who's already have like almost 2 fully grown daughters. It's like, yeah. Like, I'm very excited to get back into Riot Ruby for sure. I'm slowly getting back into it. It's not as long as I think the first one, hopefully. it just goes over like some factions and stuff, like the White Fang and the Bronwyn tribe, and some like fables, I think. So, and also a new element thing I'm adding to Vacuo. Yeah, but I'm really excited to be writing Blake. I'm I'm almost done with volume 1. I'm almost done with volume 1, but I'm really excited to get into it. It's gonna be like, it's just kind of like some crazy character changes too, and just like very interesting. Things with especially with Adam, I suppose. Especially with Adam, it's gonna be. Yeah, it's funny. I'm more excited to write my fanfic than I am to... I'm more excited to write my Ruby fanfic than I am about actual Ruby coming back. And I'm like, yeah. Yep, I guess that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Yeah, I guess that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Sometimes you're more excited about your fanfic than you are about the actual thing that you're writing the fanfic on. Yeah, I definitely want to make a very interesting version of Adam. I do want to redeem him, but it's going to be a long road to redeem him. It's going to be a long road to redeem him. It's going to be a very long road to redeem him because he is kind of crazy. No, wait, he is definitely crazy. Yeah, he's definitely crazy. But you can see like bits and pieces of him where it's like, hey, maybe he can be good. He can have the potential for good. Or the capacity for it, at least. But he's still crazy. I want him to fight Weiss at Volume 3. He hunts her down and stuff. Also, even then, he has like I give him like a moral, a bit of a moral code type thing where it's like, hey, you can't just indiscriminately kill people. You have to fight them. You can fight them and kill them if they fight you back. You know? So it's like the soldiers and stuff, but he's not like, he gives the orders like, hey, not without a battle. You cannot kill people without a fight who are not fighting you and stuff. So it's like okay, you could like sets him a bit apart where it's like, oh yeah, he's still crazy, he's just not super crazy, and like he has a bit of a moral compass where he's not indiscriminately killing people. I mean, I gotta say, Adam is a tragic character. He should be like Magneto or Char from Gundam. Guy who dealt with wrong and who's tragic but became a villain he fought against. Yeah, exact. Yeah, you know what? Yes, I agree wholeheartedly. I wish they would have made Adam a more tragic character and stuff. Instead of just, oh yeah, insert. Oh, bang my stand. I really need to get a new webcam setup, but today is not that day. I'll probably get a new webcam setup when this webcam dies. But yeah, yeah, it's like, yeah, he does become a villain, you know? He is the villain he fought against, but he's not... Like, yeah, it's just like, yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, I want to be like, I want to indicate to everyone, like, reading is like, yes, he's crazy, he became a villain, but then, like, he can have the capacity to be good if he tries. I don't know, if he tries. It's like... Or it's like, yeah, it's gonna be a long road to redemption for him, but it's, yeah, but I do want to redeem him. It's like, he is a tragic character, and then it's like, And he's a little crazy. He's crazy. He's done a lot of wrong. Then he tries to redeem himself with some unfortunate revelations and being kind of like brutally beaten. D Price says he's crazy, but not super crazy. That's a Mexican wrestler. Yes. Yeah, he's crazy, but not super crazy. Like, not like completely morally bankrupt. Unlike other greater evils, like, let's say, Tyrion or Salem or something like that, or Cinder. Well, actually, I definitely make the clear point where it's like, yeah, Cinder will kill indiscriminately for her own gain and stuff like that, but Adam will not. He does not like, and based on that like volume 3 scene, yeah, he does not like being Cinder's plaything, but he is forced to. So he is forced to. So there will be some future conflict with that. So yeah. It's a Trap Production says, so Riot, I never asked, are you drawing a scene here today? I'm drawing a landscape for my comic Dollhouse XC. This is Victoria's home. That's the main character, the Den. So this is one of the last strongholds of humanity, of human civilization. Yeah, remember I was talking about, oh yeah, there's barely 20,000 humans left? Well, this is where some of them live. They live underground, in the hollowed out underground of an Irish castle. I'm kind of been taking like hints from Irish architecture, like for the stone buildings, and it's gonna be the residential over here. Actually, it actually looks pretty good right now. Yeah, so I'm just like, I'm sketching in details now. Neo J says, okay, I posted my characters from Lunar Crest. God bless the Marfish. Yes, they were lucky. They had the power of the lucky charms. Okay, I'm pissed. Oh, you posted? Alright, alright. You know what? I want to see this. Let's go. Oh, shoot. You know what? Yeah, I can go a little longer today. I don't have work, so I'm going to go a little longer just to get more done. You know what? I want to see this. Yeah, so this is... Okay, you know what? You know what? Let's see. I want to see it. Eh. Okay, here we go. So this is my community tab. So this is kind of a neat update that YouTube did a while back. Apparently, if you got like... I think it was like more than... Yeah, it's like... Yeah, so it's like, yeah, you can like post in my community tab if you want me to see something and stuff. I got your back. Oh, thank you, Shion. Thank you, very cute. Add Shion, so you can see all my community posts, and also you can post what you want to see. Woo! With 10, might post more soon. Penny and Ira. Ooh. Actually, these look like cool characters. I'm guessing she's a mage or a witch of some kind, and then she's like more like a berserker type character. Whoa. Madhu and Zach. This guy looks crazy. Oh, wait. Oh, apparently I can't zoom in. Unfortunate. Okay. Let's do unnamed characters. Let's see. Very cute. Oh, he is jacked. That looks awesome. Yeah, you made the pit. Okay. Usually this doesn't. Usually I don't think green hair works, but this like bright green hair works. But you made it work. You made it work. That's good. Ooh. Cat or fox character. Nice. Nah, she looks cool. Ooh. Interesting. Kill, and unfortunately it's cropped out. I can't click on the photo, unfortunately, from this tab. But, ooh. These look like either elves or maybe fishmen. Ooh. Autumn and Suki. Oh, they look super cute. Man, honestly, these look like cool looking characters. Let's see. I think my favorite one is this one right here. Or this one. Very cute. Well, thank you for posting, Neo J. That looks really cool. And good luck with your project. God bless him. Mention, and so he agreed to work with Cinder because she threatened to kill a soldier. Yeah, I think she killed like a couple of them. And was like, hey, it's like I'm gonna kill more if you don't cooperate. It's like fine. No, the artwork. This channel says. Oh, that is that was Neo J's artwork. Yeah, that was a Neo J. So you can find that in the community tab of my channel. Yeah, thank you very much for showing me. Like, I was curious. Yeah, you say like, oh yeah, I'm working on some stuff. I love seeing other people's projects for sure. Just also subscribe. All right, you get a new subscriber, Neo J. I think at least for like the first part of my comic, I think my character designs are actually all done. Really. Man. I might get, yeah, I definitely will get like some of the side characters into like alternate outfits, but other than that, yeah, basically all done. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, the show I'm actually excited about getting greenlit, that's not Ruby, is actually Lollyrock. I'm like, you know what? I like the story. I did. I very much did, and... But if... I remember someone saying it's like, oh yeah, this show maybe got greenlit because of K-pop Demon Hunter's success. I'm like, you know what? That's okay. If it's good, that's okay. I guess. And actually, it's one of those rare times that the childhood friend does actually get the W. Happy to see you making progress, Red. Thank you. I've made so much progress. I guess maybe I'm humble bragging here, but yeah, I've oh gosh, I made so much progress over the past like year or two, like in advancing the story. It was like moving at like a snail's crawl before. Like I finished the script and I'm like, well, I need to draw. I haven't drawn it. I've written it, but I have not drawn what things look like. So I'm like, I was just like, okay, I need to draw what things look like. Otherwise, I can't handle starting this. So I'm glad. Like this is like, yeah, this is like this landscape, and then I need to draw a landscape of Victoria's Dream World, like a concept art, and then I will feel confident enough to get started. Praying for Oscar says, I'm praying for Viz to change their mind on Ruby and just say no. I'm continuing this and we're gonna reboot it with someone else. I would like a reboot, but I don't know. Maybe they're testing the waters. Well, it does have to get made first, so I guess we'll see how it goes. Honestly, I feel like they should have waited on like the green light and be like, okay, here's something to show. You know, like here's something to show, like a teaser, like even if it's just like one clip or something, and be like, oh, Ruby coming this year. Awesome. Like I feel like it's just like, okay, announcement of the green light. That's like, okay. Yeah. Looking good so far. Thank you. I'm not. I'll be honest. Like my confident. Like I am not super confident in landscape, but this is actually looking pretty good. So I'm glad the fundamentals I learned in college are being put to good use here. So thank you, art professors, for teaching me grid drawing. Oscar says, here's hoping you get the Batgirl treatment. Also, speaking of Warner Bros., it doesn't look good for James Gunn right now. No, but you know what? I will give James Gunn props for this. I think he did come out and say, like, hey, we missed the mark on this one. We're continuing with the DCU, but we'll take feedback and, like, try to make future movies better. And I'm like, you know what? That is awesome, because it felt like for the longest time, people people still are being combative, but like people were just being combative and like accusing people of heinous stuff because they didn't like a product or because like a product was received poorly. And you know what? I'm like, you know what? At least I'll give James Gunn props for this. He's like, hey, we maybe made a bad call, maybe missed the mark. We're gonna try and do better. I'm like, that's good. You're taking it with grace, man. You're taking it with grace. You know, I thought it was a fine movie. It just wasn't great. It just wasn't great. I think as the follow-up to Superman, it wasn't great. So yeah, and here's hoping he can pull it back and be like, okay, we're trying to do a few things differently and stuff. I don't have high hopes for the Lantern show though. That's not gonna be good, but I feel like, but yeah. I was able to make a pretty character. Like, yeah, I think they got a lot. Yeah, I think you got a lot of appeal there. There are a couple characters in there that I'm like, oh, that looks cool. Neo J. So yeah, I hope your project goes well. I really do. Oscar says, just like I said before about Kirby, that they have no plan at all. They have a script that might get changed, but they have no idea, and it shows the animatic. Yeah. Yeah, I can't believe that they had a plan, especially for later seasons. I'm like, if they had a plan, that just makes it that much worse, because that was your plan. That was your plan. Okay. Honestly, like, I just get the vibe that they're just writing as they go with Ruby. I'm like, I see mistakes that I made in Ruby, but that was like the first story I ever wrote as a teenager. The first stories I ever wrote as like a preteen teenager, where I was just writing as I go and I wasn't thinking about plot or whatever. Like, that's how I feel about with Ruby. That's how I feel looking at Ruby. It's like, it feels like a teenager writing their first story. Oh, Xian, welcome. I'm just a ghost fragmenting Randition. Oh no, I'm being haunted. No. No. Yeah, I'm gonna turn my mic. I hope you guys can hear me. Good. Okay. Oscar says, James Gunn, I don't know if he has enough time to prove himself, especially since the merger is complete and the new boss is gonna be breathing. Yeah. Oh gosh, I feel so bad for Warner Brothers employees. They just like changed hands like 3 times in the last few years. Like, oh my god. I feel so bad for them. Like, this must be like, they must be under like a lot of stress right now. Obviously, they're also not a perfect company, but it's just like, yeah, imagine like working like, yeah, just imagine like working and then just imagining working in that environment is like, ooh. Like, I'm like that makes me anxious. It's like, oh yeah. I gotta like correct these windows. There we go. Yeah, that makes me anxious just thinking about it. There you go. Okay, one building is detailed. Obviously, I'm gonna, like, you know, straighten it out with inking, but this is just, like, sketching over the grid. The supports over here. Honestly, even with Supergirl just being like a fine movie, and I'm like, you know what? I'm already more hopeful about it than I was about the Snyderverse. I'm sorry, I didn't like it. Yeah, I shouldn't say I'm sorry. It's like, my opinion I hold is that I did not like the Snyderverse. Honestly, the best parts of the DCU were like solo movies that weren't actually made by Snyder. Or maybe had input from Snyder, but he did not direct it. So that's me. I just told it. I'm like, I'm already still hopeful about it than I am about. I was at all at like any point just ever. I'm like, yeah. Never be sorry about what you don't like. Yeah, I shouldn't say it. I got a bad habit of doing that. I got a bad habit about that. But I'm like, yeah, I did not like it. I did not like it. I'll try to say that more confidently. It's like, I did not like the DCU under Zack Snyder, and the best parts were these solo movies. Honestly, I like Wonder Woman, I liked Aquaman, and I like Shazam. That's about it. That's about it. The early solo movies, that is about it. That's all I really like. I actually did like Aquaman 2 as well. Okay, yeah. 4 movies then. And that's what I liked out of the Snyderverse DCEU type thing. Oscar says, have you heard about what Snyder was going to do? I heard that. That's probably a good thing someone shut it down. Be like, no, don't do it. Please don't. Yeah, that would have been awful. It was like Batman sleeping in Lois Lane right after Superman's funeral. Like, probably like I don't know what time frame they would have gone with, but it's like probably, I'm gonna guess, like a few weeks, maybe a month. Yeah. Pretty cruddy. No, I'm glad they didn't end up going with that. Jan says, I'm still jealous with such cute dolls. Oh man. I hope you find a job soon. Worst, Neo J says, the worst thing that can happen is that you create an environment for toxic positivity. Yes. Honestly, toxic positivity, toxic negativity is like two sides same coin. It's like, it's awful for an environment to have either. Like, it's just like, honestly, I think it's like, it's like, yeah, there's usually not something that's like uber super amazing you don't have any criticism about, or like there's not something out there it's like, oh, it's really so bad. It's like you don't find any redeeming quality about that. Like, if you do find something ridiculously bad, like, it's probably best to walk away, honestly. It's like, yeah, it's not a good environment for toxic positivity, but, you know, it's like, I'm glad at least it seems like James Gunn is taking criticism in stride, and he's like, yes, we missed the mark on this one, we will do better. I'm like, you know what, that is a good thing to say. There have been a lot of directors or actors or whatever been like, oh no, you just don't like me because I'm this or that, or you just don't like my movie because you don't like me, and it's like, no. People just want to say they don't like the movie. Whatever. But you know what? I didn't dislike Supergirl. I liked it. I thought it was fine, but it could have probably been better as the follow-up to Superman. Asker says, I will say this about Snyder. He can do some cool shots, like in comics. Yeah, he can do cool shots. I don't knock him for that. I don't think he was the right choice for DC. I really don't. At least a helmet. Like, maybe you could do a Batman movie, but, like, helming the entire thing, I'm like, I don't think that... Like him being in charge of Superman, I felt like that was probably not the right call. Because he likes grimdark stuff. He does. That's the... He is, but... Yeah, it's just like... Yeah. Maybe the Dawn of the Dead remake, Watchmen director cut in 300. I honestly, like, I've never watched Watchmen, actually, but, or Dawn of the Dead, but the movies I've liked of his that I've watched is Sucker Punch and 300. Like, he has a particular style that only works in certain things. So he can make good things, but it's just, like, he has a very particular style that doesn't, I feel like, does not especially translate well to Superman. So, I don't know. It's just, I'm like, yeah. I will say he's made some good movies. I don't like a majority of them. Also, honestly, I have to say I like the Justice League theatrical cut more than the Snyderverse cut, and it's basically, it's like, it's not even like, I feel like the quality of the story is like almost exactly the same, really. I'm just like, But then I have to say I like the theatrical cut better, because the deal breaker for me is not being able to see the actual movie. Like, I think I did like a comparison video that I'm like, I give Justice League theatrical cut one more point over the Snyder cut because I can actually see the movie. I could not see most of it. And I felt so bad. Like, bro, Josh Brolin with Deathstroke, that would have been so cool. That would have been so cool. I hope if they do Deathstroke again, that they'll, like, call him back or whatever. But yeah, he looks so cool as Deathstroke, I'll say that. That was, like, the most hype thing about the Snyder Cut for me. I'm like, yeah! It's like, you get one cameo of Josh Brolin as Deathstroke. He looked amazing. He looked absolutely amazing. Yeah, and I think I'll go for 15 more minutes, and then I'll call it quits here. You know what? I went an extra hour, just because I'm having fun chatting, but I do need to do errands and stuff, so. Make some phone calls, fun stuff. Oh yeah, you know what? I'll move this down so you guys can see what I'm doing. Oh, you want music? Oh. Yeah, it definitely is easier looking at chat than doing traditional art streams. I have doing digital, so I feel like it's time. I need to get a monitor. I need to get another monitor so I can see chat while I'm doing digital art streams. Oscar says, I watched a Snyder Cut by watching a reaction of each. I would say the Josh version I think is a better version. Because they didn't always do better. I feel like they were doing something wrong. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I actually watched the Snyder Cut in like one sitting. Well, with like 1 or 2 breaks in between to go to the bathroom. And I'm just like, yeah, I mean, if it's maybe slightly better, maybe, I don't know. I'm just like, I feel like it was like, I feel like I just like liked them the same amount. I'm like, yeah, equal amount of problems. All right, I have to go to the bathroom, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm good. Yeah, I honestly, like, yeah, I know that it's like, okay, that was his last Hail Mary, right? That was his last Hail Mary, right? And be like, he needed to put all this stuff in here to try make something, because that was his last shot, pretty much. But it felt like 2 movies in one. Like, there was like a completely different movie playing at the same time as the actual movie that I was trying to see, and it's like, it was cool seeing Josh Brolin as Deathstroke, but I'm like, nah, this didn't work for me. It didn't work. Jay says, I will say you definitely did improve. This is going to sound like weird advice, but if you're never feeling you can always do better, I feel like you're doing something wrong. Well, thank you. Thank you, Nietzsche. Yeah, I do feel like I'm improving. I really am. It's like, yeah, especially with like my last stream series, I was drawing my main character, and like I've never really liked the way I've drawn her until that drawing, really. Like I've drawn Victoria a couple times over, but like I was always kind of like, you know, because I was just like, I do not like the way I'm drawing her. Like, at least like especially the hair. I wasn't liking how I was drawing the hair. Like, I'm like, I have this vision in my mind. I want to put it onto paper and be like, she's supposed to be cute and adorable with like this messy mop of hair, and like it's like in that drawing I was like, I finally did it. I did it. I drew her cutely. I drew her like how, like, as cute as like as I could possibly make her. I was like, I like how I draw my main character now. I'm like, yay. Yay. Yeah, it says don't forget to subscribe and share the stream. Yes, if you haven't already, you can sub, share, give a like if you fancy. Yeah. I got about, 10 minutes left. Yeah, 10 minutes left. I could stream for a lot, but I do actually need to do things today other than streaming. I get like, yeah, I need to go to the bank. I need to go grocery shopping. And I need to make a phone call to reschedule my doctor's appointment, so... Oscar says, and then Josh version, the Green Lanterns was making constructs, and that Snyder just making beam. Yeah. And I think I'll knock against both movies for this. I was like, okay, there's Steppenwolf. He's the character in the comics, right? I'm like, I wonder what he looks like in the comics, because I've never heard of him before. Like, I'm more versed in Marvel comic stuff than I am DC, so I'm like, okay, I'm looking it up, and I'm like, wow, both versions made him look absolutely terrible. Because he actually looks super cool in the comics. Like, he's like this strapping, like, black-haired, human-looking fellow, right? Because, yeah, Apocalypse has, like, a mixture of, like, humanoids and non-humanoids, like Darkseid's race and stuff. And but like he's like the strapping guy, like he's got like a big fur cape. He looks like a freaking gladiator, pretty much. Like looks like a rock and roll gladiator. And I'm like, this looks awesome. I would have preferred this one better. It actually would have been less expensive to make him that. Like, but a bulky fellow with black hair and a costume that would be to CGI him. Jazz, you know, Zack Snyder, just like Hail Mary, reminds me of Ruby Volume 9. Hail Mary, yeah. Yeah, kind of like the same thing. Like, this is like maybe hoping to save it and stuff. But yeah, actually, yeah, I guess technically Ruby was actually saved, so the Hail Mary kind of worked in a morbid sense. But that cost the company that made it in terms of shutting down. So I guess now it's got another Hail Mary. Hail Mary Part 2 is Ruby Volume 10, I think, so. Yeah, I shouldn't slurp on this. I like slurping the boba. But honestly, I think I'm just like, wow, this is like the exact same enjoyment level for me. I'm like, I mean, technically the story's better in the Snyder Cut, but I didn't really like it any better. Because, well, I think a big drag for me was that it felt like two movies in one. Like, there was a movie playing at the same time as the actual movie. Because they're going, like, back and forth in, like, this, apocalyptic future and then going back to the present. And it didn't really connect in any sort of way at all. So, yeah, it's just like, okay. Yeah, I didn't... It's like, I didn't like it any better. Like, technically, I guess it's better, but, like, I didn't like it any better than the theatrical cut. Sorry, it was so boring. I couldn't even be, like, super... Like, I guess it was kind of boring, but, like, I was more focused on how I couldn't see the actual movie. Oscar says, if Volume 10 ever gets made, which is a huge question. Yeah, I honestly, my thing with Ruby, like, reacting to Volume 10 is just, like, I will be surprised if it comes out. That's my only reaction to it. I'm just like, it's like, it won't be positive, it won't be really negative. It'll just be like, wow, Volume 10's actually coming out? Okay. It's Trap Production says, I should have broken up watching it into parts of 1 hour 4. Yeah, probably, but yeah, well, it was the Hail Mary pass, so I can kind of understand why they had to make it. I think it was like almost 4 hours. Yeah, almost 4 hours long. I can understand why they had to make it into like one thing. It was like a Hail Mary pass technically, so it was a Hail Mary pass, so I can understand why that it was. Yeah, but I felt like if Zack Snyder had gotten to make the Justice League you wanted to make, it probably wouldn't have been that movie. But like it would have probably like been broken up into like maybe 2 movies. I think. But I don't know, I'm just like, yeah, okay, this is the Justice League you wanted to make, so okay. Sadie Price says, you're asking for continuity to Snyder Cut. Are you asking to put in a coma? We 5 hours long. No, I mean, I'm asking for like 1 movie to be made instead of like 2 movies in one. I did not think the apocalyptic war-torn Earth thing needed to be in the movie. I really didn't. I'm like, it was cool seeing Josh Brolin as Deathstroke, but that was like the only thing. I'm just like, this could have been like freaking... I think an hour could have been cut off of it, at least. If you just removed that part, and then it would have actually been like the same movie, but maybe more impactful, I think. But yeah. Alright, 5 minutes, Lois Lane getting coffee. Why was that necessary? Yeah, there was also a lot of unnecessary padding that could have been trimmed down. I think it could have been probably, at minimum, an hour cut off of that. Like, just remove the apocalyptic war-torn Earth. I understand what he was trying to do, but like, this is like set up for a future movie he wasn't going to get, so it's like, I'm just like, But like, it was just really weird because like, it just felt like there was one movie playing at the same time as the other movie. And like, I'm just like, okay, just make it one movie, please, and not 2 in 1. It's like, I think there could have been like an hour cut off of it. Like, it really... Yeah, it could have been like an hour or 2 cut off of it. I'm just like, yeah. There's one issue I had with the movie. C. Price says, Zack Snyder is a movie producer who has a few case of ADHD proof. Oh no. I'm not gonna say anything to the contrary. I don't know. I mean... I have ADHD. Maybe I would have put in 5 minutes of Lois Lane getting coffee if I needed. Challenge impossible! Oh gosh, yes, I watched Rebel Moon. I'm not watching the second part, but I watched Rebel Moon. Maybe it is something like, oh, I watched Rebel Moon too. I didn't think it was a... How can I put this? I I felt like I was watching like a video game cutscene compilation movie. Like that's what I felt like I was watching. I felt like watching it like this feels like it should have been a video game and not a movie because it felt like introductory cutscene. Okay, go to next place, have a quest, side quest with the new character. He joins your party. Repeat. And I'm like, okay. I'm just like, I felt like I was watching a video game cutscene compilation movie, and like I'm supposed to like imagine the in between of like them bonding or like the gameplay. The coffee scene was important, Snyder. Maybe it was important. Maybe he's a big coffee buff. I don't know. But yeah, I guess I was just focused on the entire time, like those two things where it's like I felt like I was watching a movie at the same time as another movie, and it was like running into each other. Like okay, it's just like okay, you get the movie you wanted to see, and then and then another movie plays right in the middle of it, and then that I couldn't actually see the other movie, and then I couldn't actually see the movie. I had the brightness turned all the way up. I could not see. I am visually impaired. I've had glasses since I was 9. So I could not see the movie. I swear. I could not. Lol. Yeah, I've fished yeah. I'm just like, yes, I have glasses. So I can have 20/20 vision. But I still couldn't see it. I could see. I don't know if you could. Oh. Please let me know if you could. Please let me know if you could actually see the Snyder Cut, because I could not. Like, probably at least like at least half the time. Like the War Torn Earth was actually bright and yellow and stuff, so I could see it, but I could not see the rest of it. That well. Like I couldn't see it. Like yeah, I probably couldn't see like a third of the movie when like what was happening. I'm like, like I was like squinting. I was trying to get up closer. I could not see it. I'm like, what the? Like, okay, it's like okay, just because a movie's dark, please don't. Just because a movie's dark does not mean it should be difficult to see the actual movie. Please, I love. Like it's weird. Like that's like the only Snyder movie that's like that. Like Rebel Moon's not like that. Sucker Punch isn't like that. 300's not like that. It's just the Justice League cut. I don't know what happened. I'm like, someone like not turn on the lights. It's Trap Production says, I don't know what's up with Warner Brothers and their production not having proper lighting. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, did someone just like turn off the lights on the set or something? I'm not sure. It's just like, I could not see a third of the movie, I'd say. Like, probably a third of the movie I could not see what was happening on screen, really. I could see shadows and, like, vague visages of, like, Jason Momoa or Henry Cavill or Batman. That was about... and, like, Martian Manhunter at the end, but then I couldn't actually see his full design. I'm like, what? What is this? Like, I'm like, D. Price says, right, Kitty. Mr. Steyer, please make a Superman movie with proper main cut. Zach, sure. Crypto the Superdog will be star, and it'll be about him playing fetch, throwing balding Lex Luthor. You know, maybe that would have been cool. Oh my gosh. I think the best part was probably Crypto and Supergirl and stuff. It's just so cute. It really is. Like, they do have a real dog. They also CGI the dog in some of, like, the flying and stuff. He's super cute. He was actually done really well, so. He was doing really well. Is it Trap Production? So Game of Thrones had that last round with 2 with that big battle scene? Really? Okay. Guy holding the 80. Oh. No, I don't know. Alright. You know what? I've almost finished detailing this first building, but I'm glad I got the grid done. I think I just spent a lot of time chatting, but that's okay. No lights. It will be atmospheric and dark. Shadow the cinematographer. You know, that probably was it. Shadow the Hedgehog did the cinematography for the Justice League Snyder Cut. It's like, it would be dark. Atmospheric. Because I thrive in the dark. I don't know. I'm talking on my butt. I'm talking on my butt. Alright. Well, yeah, so that's it for me, but... Well, that's it for me, so... You know what? Thank you all for watching. Hello, Lively Lee. Well, thank you for coming. I'm about to end stream, though, so thank you. Everybody watch, so it's Crap, CD Price, Neo J, Keon, Luke, Axel, anybody else who's just lurking and working, thank you very much for stopping by. Let's see, Oscar says, my question is how Lex Luthor was alive after Crypto attacked him. I feel like he should have been killed by accident. I feel like maybe it's just Crypto might not be as strong as Superman. It's just like he's a super dog. So he has the strength of a super dog, not like a Superman. Right? Now, yeah. Alright. Alright, yeah, take care, everybody. And have a great rest of your day. I am planning on, well, I'll make a stream once I'm done with my errands. I am planning to go live again this Saturday to make up for my blunder this 4th of July weekend. So I'm gonna continue detailing Victoria's home, the den. I'm slowly getting back into video recording. I don't know when Ride Ruby the World Part 2 will be up, but I'm slowly getting back into it. It's advancing, even as snow is pissed, so. And then, yeah, I'm gonna work on more drawing enough. Like, I miss doing art, so. This is actually the first time I've drawn in like a couple weeks, so. I miss doing it, so I'm gonna get back into that time lapse. So, with that, thank you. And yeah, Riot Kitty's signing out. Bye bye, everybody.